good news for Barcelona. Lewandowski comes back. At least that's, today is Tuesday, so let's get those predictions out there. On Monday Night Football, yesterday I predicted an Arsenal-Barcelona final. So obviously that means Barcelona to triumph over Inter today. And Arsenal, I say this through gritted teeth, but something tells me that Arsenal knock out PSG tomorrow. So what do you think?
This is Sports Zone on Lagos Talks 91.3.
Good morning, welcome to Sports Zone this beautiful Tuesday morning right here in the beautiful city of Lagos. This is Sports Zone and my name is Obafemi Faraway.
Nobody will listen to the show. Nobody will listen to the show. But good morning anyway.
I sounded like,
No, that's not her sound.
That's how you need your reason.
That's not her sound. That's not.
And in case she just took it, why are you coughing or something?
No, that's not her sound. Nah. But it's good to be here anyway. It's a Tuesday. The 6th. This month is really slow. This month is slow.
My brother, let it be like this.
It should run already.
No,
they've already sent this thing of school fees payments. At least
that's why I should not run.
It should run.
That's like my brother. The school fees is waiting. The balance.
No, so we have to start first. At least now, Kari and I can do this because my fathers here cannot do this. They're out of it now. They are enjoying themselves. Let we now face this one head on.
Who told you not to face anything?
Okay.
At times when I hear of these things, a Yoruba song comes to mind. I'm
tired of you. I'm tired completely. I'm tired of you completely. I can't even have fun. I'm tired of you.
But say Shahas in the studio.
Yeah, I'm back on the block. Good morning. Welcome to Sports Zone.
Now I understand what you were saying before about school fees.
Well, now you know.
I know. I can't plan without thinking about it.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Oh, no, I wanted to. No, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Let me clench my buttocks very well. Oops, I promised I did this morning. Just
how did you get
exactly? I don't know. After I promised myself that I'd be sane. Anyway, my little pet mini rant comes from the news hound yesterday. I don't know why it skipped my mind. Was when the NFF went to go and greet President, went to go and greet Chukwu's family and all that. And there are these allegations that he wasn't paid in full. So I think that's kind of futile, isn't it? You go, you say you want to know about the funeral, but when the man was alive, allegedly, he was not paid. You understand? So for me, that irks me. I just want to put it out there.
So they shouldn't have gone.
I'm not saying they shouldn't have gone, but I think, to be honest with you, if it is true that he has not been paid and they're aware about it, I'm picking my words very carefully. If it is true that he wasn't paid, and there are caused allegations, we even saw a video where he said they should bring his file. And as I said, I call again for any public-spirited journalist or whatever, please go to the NFF and ask for his file and let us look at his file. If his monies have been paid, then there will be evidence of payment. You understand? And they can show the whole world, see, we have paid him. So all these allegations are mere spurious rumors. That's tautology, spurious rumor. You understand? But you know what I mean. That is a rumor which is even more of a rumor than a rumor.
But if you're saying that somebody is owing you, you should have evidence of
at
non-payment.
The man is gone now, isn't it? You understand? But I saw a video, and which I saw even after I passed away. So speaking from beyond the grave. Do you understand?
If I may,
yes,
even the person who was speaking did not even bring evidence.
But
I'm saying that I can wake up. I'm not siding him. I'm not siding the NFF. I'm saying that if you're going to do anything, always do it with documentation. Even if I want to say that the eagle is owing me, I have to show some level of proof. I cannot just wake up and just make a statement by saying.
Is rather tiresome for me.
No, it's not tiresome.
No, it's not.
No, to me, it's tiresome in the sense that you are siding the NFF.
No. You see, when you do this thing, that's what makes the listeners always think like that. It's not about taking a side. It's about what is on ground. No one is saying that Christian Chukwu or his family is lying. Nobody is saying that the Football Federation is lying. But the point is that if you say that somebody is owing you money, you must have signed a contract. There has to be papers. And then the Football Federation themselves have come out to say that, look, if anybody has any proof that we're owing you in the last 20 years, bring forward the proof.
I hear you, in fairness to you, and I hear you. Now, let me use you, Charles, How do I pronounce this name? Anazodo. Did I get it right? Anazodo. Thank you. I've known you since 2008. That's how many years now? In that period, I've never known you to borrow money from anybody. Do you understand? Never. I'm not using, but I've never. So if somebody comes to me now that Charles, they owe me money, I would doubt that story. Now, Charles, NFF, it's an analogy. Now, but if it's somebody else that is always has a history of borrowing and not paying, has previous and precedent of borrowing money, then at the end of they come to meet me, I'm sorry, I'm going to believe it.
No.
Hold on, I'm going somewhere. So yes, I understand. Unfortunately, Chairman Chukwu did not provide the evidence of being, but because he didn't provide evidence, I'm saying, I'm not a lawyer, but prima facie, ipso facto locuto. Shegun, I love you.
As you.
Okay, I love you. That's ego. I believe that the NFF has proof of being an Onigbese. You understand? So, and there are other coaches who have died and have been owed. So I'm just saying, if we want to get to the bottom of this case, NFF too, bring out his file. Let us see his file and show us evidence that you are paid.
If they
I'm just saying. That's a counter argument. I hear what you say. You have a valid argument.
No, but if you say I'm owing you,
but he's gone already.
What am I owing you for? There must be a month. So there must be a month I'm owing you. There must be a bonus. There must be a period. You must have the agreement.
You know when he worked with the NFF, don't you?
Yes. At the NFF said we're not owing you.
And I'm saying I'm sorry. I don't believe
them. You are saying you believe it. You're suspicious of the NFF, but that doesn't make it a fact that the NFF is owing.
Yes, I don't have proof.
Yeah, so
that's
at the end of the day,
if it is true,
and that's why I align with Sir Charles and
I agree with
they're
right.
At the end of the day, if NFF is both ways though. If you are saying you owe, NFF owes you, bring out the fact. NFF, if you are saying we don't owe him, show proof that these are the contracts we signed.
Thank you.
These are the sums
evidence
we paid.
God bless you,
we are not owing. So both sides, I think, should have done that. One is gone now.
Christian Cho is gone.
So NFF can still come out to say, okay, we are tired of this allegation.
Exactly.
This is what happened. Although, even if that is done now, some Nigerians that still do not believe the NFF will still complain that you are lying. There's a document you are not showing.
No, well, that's my own discomfort with the whole issue. As I said, if it is true, Neil, and they're all allegations, but as you rightly said, there is no proof, and the said party has since passed on into eternal glory. So,
but the meat of this story is that whether they're owing coaches or not, and particular reference to Coach Christian Chukwu, may his soul rest in peace.
Amen.
The Football Federation still have a responsibility to go and pay a courtesy visit.
Yeah,
whether they're owing him or not.
Yeah, I'm just saying. As I said, it's an aside. Yeah, they went, but as I said,
and to be honest, this. I mean, government is a continuum.
Yes,
but we can't say that this current Football Federation president is the one owing.
Definitely not. But government is a continuum. Once we agree that government
as a human being, he should he should go there.
Yeah. He has to.
And pay that courtesy visit as a human being.
This is a former captain. This is a former coach of the Super Eagles.
Yes.
That's the smallest thing, and the president himself did not go.
I do sincerely believe, I don't know what the details are. Maybe we'll find out a bit later. But the family of Coach Chukwu, the presence of the Football Federation in that room is the perfect place for you to stand up and say, Oga,
where's my money? Well, we don't know what they have.
That's a perfect place because you will have the media would have covered that visit, and that would be an absolute opportunity for you to say, look the man in the face and say, you're owing my father. Give us our monies.
I don't know time or place. I don't know whether.
That's money.
Can you
I don't think so.
Can you challenge the NFF if you don't have proof?
Exactly.
You can't just challenge.
It's quite possible.
Say, I hear you owe my father.
No, but my point is that if your father is saying they are owing you, your father must have told you what they are owing him for.
Yeah, because his son actually spoke after his father died.
And what did the son say?
He said, "My father says that you're owing him money."
Okay, let me use myself an example. When my father lived, they were doing some construction next door, and in process of construction, one of his cars or a couple of them were damaged, and he sued the people next door, and I got the lawyer handling it. I got the documents, and they paid. They paid what even after his past, because he had documentary evidence.
Yeah, that's how you bought your car.
maybe not.
You are coming back to our position.
No, I'm not. Your position is valid.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. We won't be having this argument or this discussion if Chairman Chukwu had provided
Evidence.
proof.
Exactly.
Evidence. Do you understand?
We didn't put S.
But
We didn't put S.
I've warned everybody I know that
There's nothing like evidences.
I know.
Evidence is evidence. There's not like who they talk evidences.
I will not sit down. When I warned my friend there, he was looking at me. So, but at the end of the day, as I said, if it is true that they are owing and they are to be manifestly unfair, that's all I'll say. God knows. You understand?
The thing is, I know coaches today. Yeah, one of them is still serving the Football Federation as an assistant coach, one of our national teams. Whenever we have a conversation, it's always about, Charles, make can I help us tell the Federation? Then they owe us our allowances, our bonuses. I'm like, look, there's only so much that I can do. I can't be your mouthpiece. Can you speak to us on the radio, on television, so that the world can hear?
And he's currently employed by the NFL.
He's currently employed by... No, Segun, come on. It's your money. Even the Bible says... Even the Bible. That a worker is worthy of his wages.
Yes.
If you cannot speak up for yourself, you can't use me as a tool now. I'm saying, look, you have an avenue. Speak on the show and tell Nigerians that this is the situation. Charles, no, then go blacklist me.
Exactly.
Then go black.
But that has to be a factor for you.
You've got to take a stand.
But again, if you are, no insult intended here. If you are worth your whatever it is,
exactly.
If you are blacklisted in Nigeria, I can get jobs in other part of the African countries.
Easy for you guys to say, taking the moral high ground and all that. But the fact of it, why, and that buttresses my points perfectly.
Is that what you call a moral high ground?
Well, maybe no. In this case, a moral low ground, because I'm on the moral high ground. Because at the end of the day, the NFF is known as a perennial debtor.
No, that's not the issue. That's not the case.
It's reputational.
That is not the case. I'm saying
that's not the case. If everybody they owe decides you're not going to work until you pay us, they'll get tired.
Ikeshorumu some time ago, was contracted. Well, when I say contracted, approached to coach the Super Eagles, as a goalkeeper trainer. He was on a radio show that I was a part of, and he was deliberating, and I said to him, Ike, if you do not have a contract signed by the Football Federation stating that these are the terms of condition, these are my monies and all the whatnot, and you come back here any day and complain about not owed money, I will blatantly call you a FOOL.
So sorry,
that's far off.
You can tell me whatever you want to be. Because you can't continue to be emotional and say that. Well, I'm doing it for service of fatherland. What? You've served your fatherland. When you were playing for the national team, you've served your fatherland. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. But now it's time to get paid.
And every time we say in this studio that we should not wait till you are handed
an opportunity. The thing is, Ikeshorumu listened to reason.
Yeah.
He didn't take the job. Yeah. Today, he's a goalkeeper trainer with Abia Warriors.
Thank you.
Because you know what you're worth. It's not every opportunity, in quotes, that comes your way. It's not every open door that you walk through.
I hear you. But there's sometimes. Did anybody catch this young man yesterday? Very impressive young man. What's his name? Alexander. Trent Alexander. Yeah.
Yes. What did you do?
Yes. He's leaving Liverpool. And based on.
You want to put the Arnold at the back?
Arnold.
The compound name.
Thank you.
Is there any other?
He's
no, but when's it? Is the compound name?
It's a compound name.
You must put Alexander Arnold to follow.
Precise. That's the. Those are the broadcast.
There's only one Trent Alexander.
No, Arnold.
There's only one. You know any other one?
It's a compound name.
And when you mention Liverpool as well, everybody knows what you were talking about.
It's a compound name. It's a
compound name.
It's English. It's English.
It's not English.
Because I remember I met somebody once, and the person told me, my name is a compound. You must call the two together.
That's true. You must. You
can't remove one name.
Okay, Trent Alexander-Arnold.
So just say Alexander-Arnold. We know it's the same
Trent, I call him fool. He has a verbal agreement to join Real Madrid, and based on that verbal agreement, he's come out to state that he's leaving a club that he joined when he was 6 years old.
When you say
what's your point?
When you say verbal,
my point is verbal agreements are agreements too.
No.
So is he going to play with the verbal agreement?
No.
Based on that, he's leaving Liverpool.
No, we don't have proof. No, we don't have proof that he has not signed.
Yeah.
Because remember, once you are 6 months, then if you can sign. This guy has signed a new deal with Flamengo. What's his name? Jorginho. But they have not announced it. I'm just giving it's in Brazil. I'm saying that Trent could have signed Real Madrid. He's just Real Madrid ready to make it public yet. So he's just telling you I'm leaving. It's not a verbal agreement. He would have signed documents.
At the end of the day, people do, and I'm not saying it's right, because if you dine with the devil, you have to use a very long spoon. Verbal agreements, you can borrow anything from anybody based on the verbal agreement.
Yes.
If
in this day and age.
No, but how is the verbal agreement concrete? There must be a witness.
Do you still do gentleman's agreement in 2025?
Nope.
I do.
You still do?
Yes, I do.
I do. No wonder.
I have people that I deal with.
No wonder.
That base their word is their bond. Simple as,
What is their bond?
But it has to be a witness. For a verbal agreement to be
but as I said, I'm not saying it's right. There's some people, and especially if you're dealing with a body who is known, you understand, and well renowned for foreign education.
Does the Football Federation intentionally not want to pay coaches and players?
I'm not in their minds. I'm not in there. I don't know. And besides, everything we are saying is they're all allegations because we don't have proof. Do you understand that?
But you just blatantly said the Football Federation is a serial debtor.
No, they are known to be people. They are allegations.
So they intentionally do it.
There are allegations of there being.
So it's intentional.
No, I don't know. If I said that, then that means I'm stating that.
But you just call him a serial debtor.
No, I said they are known to be.
How? From who?
They are known from who? From various people.
People that don't like to talk.
In fact, you want to know 3 coaches come yesterday that they're with them.
Are they correct coaches?
Are they correct coaches? 3.
Are they correct coaches?
3. You have 3.
Oh, goodness me.
Maybe all I need my own.
Oh, man.
I'm doing one Freddie Jackson.
All right, guys. Welcome to Sports Zone.
Talking about women in sports and women in football. Big shout out to Chelsea women. They won the league.
Chelsea women that got thrashed home and away by Barcelona.
Yeah, but they won the league. And there's one game to go, and right now they're unbeaten throughout the league. And they're playing Manchester United on Saturday in the women's FA Cup final. So if they win that, I hope they don't, but if they do, that'll be an unprecedented domestic treble. And if they win their final
treble or double?
Treble.
Or they won
League Cup.
League Cup, okay.
If they win if they beat United on unprecedented domestic treble, and if
I thought many of you argue that the League Cup is not part of the treble.
Domestic treble. Domestic.
Oh, you said domestic.
Domestic treble.
But it's still a treble.
It's anything where you win, as far as 3 is the treble.
That's why I said domestic treble.
That's why they call it 3.
The treble.
There's nothing like the treble. There's nothing like the treble.
League is what both Manchester clubs have done.
There's nothing
league
like
title,
the treble.
FA Cup and European Cup.
Treble is treble.
No, treble is not treble.
Treble is treble.
But if they win their last game anyway, they will go through the season unbeaten. Yes, which nobody has done before as well. And then just for Premier League lovers, Crystal Palace won, Nottingham Forest won. Nottingham Forest go up to 61 points, but they find themselves in 6th, and slowly but surely they're being caught adrift from the top 5 race. It's a pity. I think both Newcastle and Chelsea sit on 63 points.
They're just 6 points behind Arsenal.
True that, but just 2 points behind Chelsea and Newcastle. But ironically, Chelsea and Newcastle have the same goals difference, I think plus 21. But Newcastle have scored more goals, so that's why they're above Chelsea on the table. Yeah. New sound. Good news for Barcelona. Lewandowski comes back. At least today is Tuesday, so let's get those predictions out there. On Monday Night Football yesterday, I predicted and Arsenal-Barcelona final. So obviously that means Barcelona to triumph over Inter today. And Arsenal, I say this through gritted teeth, but something tells me that Arsenal knock out PSG tomorrow. So what do you think?
I'm going from PSG. I'm going for Inter.
So PSG Inter final.
That's my shot.
Charles, you didn't make a prediction yesterday.
I'm sitting very comfortably behind the prediction made by Gary Lineker, where he says PSG
Inter
to play in the finals.
Okay, so PSG Inter. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody, okay, let's see. I mean, I know the world might end if Arsenal gets to the finals because everybody's very quiet now, but something just tells me that they'll do the job tomorrow. But let's wait and see. But I know everybody's watching, I'm thinking Barcelona is going to knock out Inter today.
There's a lot of rumor going around, as far as player acquisition is concerned. And one just coming through now says Arsenal could sign Vlahovic from Juventus for close to £50 million.
Possible. I think his wage is just the only stumbling block.
Every striker and his pet dog have been linked with Arsenal. But the truth of the matter, there are very few. Right now, how many top strikers are there in the world right now, or in Europe rather?
Yep,
so Simon's name is mentioned everywhere.
What is agreed on is that Arsenal need a striker.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's agreed upon.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Just like they did last season, but for whatever reason, they didn't sign one.
Yeah. I think they need someone who can just take it. Whether the person plays or not, doesn't matter. Just get someone like that who's whether sitting on the bench or starting. When the game gets tough, you can just grab it and.
Supposedly, that's what's missing. Yes.
Yeah.
But next season, there could be a lot more missing in the Arsenal squad because there are quite a number of players whose contracts are expiring.
Yeah.
So Mikel Arteta would have to start to
spend.
Well, to use that popular phrase, rebuilding Arsenal all over again.
If Partey doesn't sign a new deal, it means
I think he should.
They'll probably have to go and get someone.
But they're supposed to be getting Zubomendi, isn't it?
So Zubomendi has been mentioned as one of the players they're looking at. I think there's another name they're calling. There are quite a few names they've spoken of in that midfield and the striker.
Because I know Gyökeres too has been has been linked to us.
They've been linked well with Gyökeres and Vlahovic, then Osimhen. Osimhen's name has not been in the top two for the players they are wanting, according to what the stories are coming out. Did you hear the story of United captain going to Saudi Arabia?
Yeah, for £150 million.
Al Ali.
Al Hilal.
Al Hilal, sorry.
Yeah,
Al Hilal.
Al Hilal.
That was Al Ali.
No, Al Hilal. But Al Ali are Asian
champions. Yeah.
Al Hilal, but I think I don't know.
I'm just trying to tell you that Real Madrid never wanted him. It's Saudi Arabia that wants.
Whatever. Real Madrid don't spend it. Real Madrid actually buy players. They just pay for their contract.
They bought Bellingham for 100 million.
That was then. Now they are just very canny. They go around. Looking for free deals, and it's working for them, isn't it?
They've told Saliba too that we'll roll your contract down. We'll come and pick you up.
We'll pick you up at the bus
stop. All right, still talking the news hound. I'm excited really that Ahmed Musa has been invited to the national team, the Super Eagles, to play in that international friendly.
As what?
The Unity Cup.
As what? I'm not against him playing.
As a player.
No, I'm not against him playing. No, me, I'm happy he's in the national team.
But as what?
But as what?
That question is pejorative.
So the as what is it his testimonial?
That is how. Why?
Is it his testimonial?
Ahmed Musa has never said that he's retiring from international football.
So it's not his testimonial.
According to you said Victor Ikpeba never retired officially.
Femi, you have a gift of shifting goalposts.
No, what I say one thing. No, he said Ahmed Musa has never said he's retiring. I said, well, we have
Besides,
an example.
Femi, how does anybody use an international tournament as a testimonial?
Exactly.
It's possible.
Who has done it before?
No, that it could be your last international game. It's possible now to just raise the
that
caps.
cannot be a testimonial.
Okay, well, at least to raise his caps. This is like his farewell from the national team. That's what I think.
It's possible.
That's what I think.
It's a
friendly.
I don't think it's a farewell. I think it's more or less an audition.
Audition?
I think it's more or less an audition? for the if we do qualify for the FIFA World Cup, and then an audition to see if he can still play at the Africa Cup of Nations. I don't think that our coach Shell is stupid.
I think that the coach will not call him for any of the qualifiers until the end of this year. I'm not saying it.
I really doubt.
I don't think because the coach understands that his hands are tied. He has to focus on qualifying for the World Cup. So calling Ahmed Musa now is like, okay, you know what? I can spare space.
Like I said, it's audition.
Let's see what he can do.
Audition. We already, if
he don't play week out in the MPFL.
No, but he's not playing every game.
He's not playing every game, and then he had injuries. Audition for what? To call you back to the national team.
He's not gone from the national team.
He had the opportunity to call him because he watched games. I didn't call him. So it just means that when the World Cup,
he didn't call him because he wanted to stick with the regulars.
And then afterwards, he went to Europe and started talking to players in Europe.
The regulars.
Sorry, when is Chan? Is it not this year again?
Chan was it's this year, but it was postponed from August. February to when? Till the summer.
Okay. Why our guy
he can't play Chan now. He can't play Chan because of his contracts with Canopilas. He can't play Chan.
Short time contract. Yes.
Short time.
What? All right.
The story of Anthony Joshua was just, for me, I was just irritated.
Why?
Exactly. I thought it was from Shagamu.
Exactly. I was like, why would you be saying your home club?
Exactly.
What's that?
That was.
What have I been saying since? No. What have I been saying since?
I don't know. We didn't believe.
No. Say that. What have I been saying? What have I been saying since?
We did not believe you. We did not believe you.
I don't believe.
And he's even chilling in Nigeria.
Who read that story? Because it could be just faking this.
What have I been? Let me read them. Let me read them. What have I been saying since?
He's chilling in Nigeria. We should send him back to where? Go back to your hometown. Go back to your hometown.
Actually, if you're listening right now,
go back.
I'm not happy with you.
Just leave.
Your hometown is Shagamu. That's what we know.
Leave. You should just leave.
Which one is Watford again? No.
You should leave. How can you want to invest in Watford?
I was even thinking paying Shagamu FCO. Do you understand? It's creating for
or even bring one. Yes.
Do you understand?
He should leave. He should go.
If I had to,
I feel very vindicated right now.
He's using our gyms to go and train. He's running around doing video. Emptying State House. Meeting Mr. President. Should go back.
No. I need an explanation, please.
A proper explanation with evidence.
I'm hot. Your hometown is Shagamu, not Watford.
And you have a map of Africa in your hand, and then you not say your hometown. No. She don't disgrace us now.
Not what else did he do now?
Done so already.
Then good sir, Ali Zubair. Yeah. I'm happy with the Flying Eagles. I mean, I like the fact that they're very, very. What's the word now? Very stingy. They're very, very stingy defenders. We shouldn't take Kenya lightly. You understand?
How can we not beat? If we can beat Tunisia,
we go beat
draw Morocco. We shouldn't beat Kenya. What are you saying? No, Shegun, you like to. I don't know why you like to feel like you like icon. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you?
We should not take Kenya lightly.
I beg. There's some things that you should not be saying.
I will say so.
We should rest a few players and beat Kenya.
That's so. We shouldn't take them lightly.
Coached by former. They are seriously coached by former.
Of that group now.
We're both tied on points. Morocco.
But I think Morocco have more goals.
They scored more goals. Because they beat Kenya 3-2. Morocco. Morocco and Tunisia are going head to head in the final game. So. Okay, yes, they've scored more.
I also want to just mention the National Sports Festival story. I'm still surprised that Kung Fu has a lot of medals. Kung Fu.
So now on, they just carry all the Agbero around.
Kung Fu. If I said Taekwondo or something, I'm like Kung Fu. I'm wondering Kung Fu. The grand scheme of things.
When is?
I think it's about.
Is this month?
I think it's about time that a competition like that, is not on national TV. I can never understand it. I can never understand it, to be honest.
That's a National Sports Festival.
Yes, why it's not. Why it cannot be. Coverage is different from being live on television. I don't expect that media houses will. Yeah, you can send your for personal stories.
Yes.
Yeah, but that it's not live on the NTA for me is a travesty.
And NTA has a travesty station, so you can have NTA Sports running it from start to finish.
It's a travesty. To be the best in Africa at the time, with legendary, iconic personalities.
NTA Sports used to be the best in Africa.
Yes, they were really, really good.
You sure?
Back in the day, that's like
all they just said
before cable came.
Well, all they just said was the largest in Africa.
No, they were really good. NTA Sports, I got good stuff.
Content, okay.
Good content. They were putting out good content from around the world. Yeah, NTA Sports. NTA Sports coverage of the MPFL, coverage of the Challenge Cup. You name it.
The Olympics.
The Olympics. Everything, to be honest with you. Yeah. Even, games on the continent.
Yeah.
I'm watching the Olympics. I'm watching the, what's that event before?
Commonwealth.
No, not the Commonwealth.
All Africa Games?
No. It's an international meet. where before when you win 6 tournaments back to back, you win $1 million.
Oh, the golden IWF
Diamond League.
Diamond League. Yeah. And because of that, my wife is able to identify athletes. She goes, I remember this guy. He was at the Diamond League. I remember this guy who was at the Olympics. She follows these people. And then it comes to the National Sports Festival. And we have no idea who these athletes are. That's how you gain recognition.
You can't even get their information.
Charles, that cuts across all sports. Look at the MPFL, for instance. How many of us here, because we don't cover it anymore per se, can name the top player? We had Daniel Gumodede on the other day. He was talking about one of his players. His name's Jide Fatoku or something.
Yeah, Jide Fatoku.
Who said that was his go-to guy. If I see Jide, if I see him sit there, I will know him from Adam. You understand? Because you don't talk about these boys. Even our Remo Stars, the league champions, we don't. Who would care? If it's Premier League, I'll say, Liverpool with their key players was their spine. Mo Salah, midfield McAllister, Van Dijk, Alisson. Do you understand that quartet of players? We spend the whole season whether the Chill will sign this one now. But we don't know what's going on. It's not good enough, really.
All right, let me read a few messages. Or let's start off with messages. Reginald from Aja says, the man is dead. Let the NFF that says they are not owing show us proof that they are not owing him. They didn't give his rebuttal when he was alive. The burden of proof is on them now. This here says there is an alternative road from VGC to the back of Freedom Way.
I've been told about that route though. From VGC, yeah? Okay.
So it was the VGC, that VGC I was talking about. One thing we can all agree on is the NFF can show proof that they are not owing the late Christian Chukwu. The question is, why aren't they doing that? Why don't they want to clear their name? Chuksopia. This here says, now wow. He says, there are C in the NFF. The case of Godwin Izilian is a proof. Nkem Anibeze, who was Dalong's essay, is a witness because Dalong instructed that a new file should be opened for the coach so he could get his money, but the file disappeared a second time after Dalong was removed from office. This is Patrick Omorodion.
Thank you, Patrick.
I take it as an insult on Nigerians from Kayode that he says even if NFF show Nigerians the proof of payment, they will still doubt. Are you saying Nigerians are illiterate or we lack understanding? John from Alimosho. Sports Zone crew, please, since Chairman Chukwu is no more and the NFF has a reputation of owing coaches, then they should show proof and redeem their image. Kenneth from Lekki. Good morning, guys. Paul from Yaba. All the times Coach Chukwu alleged he was owed by the NFF were in interviews where the question was asked. He wasn't prepared, so he wouldn't be walking around with evidence. If he called a press conference or requested for an interview specifically to address the issue, that's when you expect him to back his allegation with proof. As regards having some documentation, we all know the way local coaches are hired without contracts, so it shouldn't be a surprise that there's no documentation. Well done, guys. Uncle Charles, good morning. Please be coming to the studio on Monday because anytime you're not around, Uncle Segun is too comfortable in the studio, just like yesterday. Shedra from the UK. Good morning, gentlemen of Sports Zone. It's you culture. It is you cultural. It is cultural for Christian Chukwu's son to raise debt issue when the NFF officials call.
I think he's trying to say it's uncultural.
Yes, okay. It wouldn't be cultural, to be honest.
Yes, that's not the place.
It's not the time or the place. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Charlotte, you're quite right. It's not the time or the place.
Yeah, that's sentiment, I beg.
It's not the time or the place.
It's sentiment.
People come and go, no. I'll give away my money. No.
It's sentiment.
Fortune from Ibutameta, thank you for your message also. Good morning, guys. Sports Zone. Oluwakade is enjoying the offside now. He's not telling the crew on timing. He will return later by 8:45. Now that time is up. We dey wait for him. Uncle Segun, Gerrard had a verbal agreement with Jose Mourinho to join Chelsea, but did he join at the end of the day?
No, that's not true. He never had any agreement with Jose Mourinho. Never did. He told Mourinho outrightly that he was not going to join him. Outrightly, there was no agreement. Let's see what Proximus Prime has got to say. Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Morning, Tony.
Yeah, Mr. Charles, Mr. Segun and Femi. Mr. Segun and Femi, you people were here from my lawyer. So people were saying you were alleging that I'm a LGBT person.
No, if it is true though that you have two residencies, we always put if it is true. The allegations that you have two residencies.
If it is true,
if it is true,
have proof. You also have to show your proof.
No,
don't worry.
If it is true.
Anyway, going by your example, I have a friend who, I mean, if they call me today to say he did a particular thing, maybe regarding owing money and avoiding calls and stuff, I mean, I would agree that yes, he did that, right? Because of his history. Okay. You know, so the NFF, whether we like it or not, has that issue, even with foreign coaches. Draw took them to court, Abi.
Yes, he did.
Pasero was owed for a bit.
For a bit, he was.
Paid.
Yeah.
You understand? So, but the flip side to this is, I work in HR. Nobody is going to accept that they are employed if they don't get an offer letter. So our coaches themselves should insist. See, if they make it a duty to insist, it will stop. If the coaches themselves say, "I'm not accepting a verbal agreement, a contract." Exactly, verbal agreements don't work, right? So we would get away from all this wahala of they're owing me, they're not owing me, and all that wahala. But I pray they sort it out and stop this problem that keep happening.
Tony, are you saying just like Segun that the Football Federation intentionally owes coaches and players?
I never said those were your words. I never said so.
What I am saying is that it is unprofessional for a body
to
employ somebody without.
We agree. But are you also? Do you think
saying that they are doing it intentionally?
Yes.
I don't know what their thought process is.
Thank you very much. Is what I said.
This whole, now our guy, just come and start this thing. We'll sort it out later, and then it tarries, and then it becomes a problem later. So whatever their thought process is, put it on paper.
All right.
Let's see what you're thinking on paper. I don't know what's in their mind.
And in fairness, they might simply not be able to pay. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, Tony.
Intentions is not the issue here. It's
Tony has given us another clue. He works in HR.
No, he's told us that before. Tete.
Now I know.
Hello, Charles.
Hey, Kelvin, how no?
To God be the glory,
Baba Beji, morning to you.
Morning.
Charles, I'll put it straight to you. Yes, the NFF are intentionally owing. Yeah, we know that the NFF are notoriously owing coaches. Is it only Chiamachukwu that have done this to? As I speak today, we don't know what has happened to the money of Ahmad Shuaibu, Stephen Keshi.
Allegedly.
Not allegedly anything. They were owing. They are notoriously owing. It's sad that Chiamachukwu is gone and some mistakes were made because I watched him on Monday Night Football say it categorically to the world that is being owed. That if they want to look for any evidence when he was asked, that NFF have this thing there with them, which I think I didn't quite agree with him on that. Knowing the country you are.
Exactly.
But for NFF to come out to say they're not owing is a lie. They are notorious in owing. We know them. Is it only these people? So they should stop all this. It's just sad that Chukwu is gone. It is sad that we're even discussing this for a matter that's giving so much to the country.
That's why we're saying that those who are alive, should, rally, even do a class action suit against the Football Federation.
I hear you.
Bring forward that, take them to court. FIFA is there for you. FIFA is there for you.
To speak these days. Each time he wants to speak, I'm almost moved to tears from what he's saying. This country don't appreciate people. I said it one time on this platform, you were angry. And I'll say it again. If Bob Gaza was a Nigerian, he would have died. But you were telling me that Gaza went to be drinking. Yes, everybody has mistakes. We have our shortcomings. But
I can also counter that argument and say that when Etimesin was shot by armed robbers. He was treated in Nigeria and he lived.
It was the effort of the great Chief MK Abiola, not at the NFF.
But it was Nigeria. But NFF no get hospital now.
Besides, Etsy was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Should have been a camp.
Simple man, the great MKO.
But he was treated in Nigeria. He wasn't flown abroad now.
All right, thank you, Calvin. But one thing I'd just like to say before you pick another caller back is we know the NFF has a perceived reputation for owing. On the other hand, Chairman Chukwu's reputation is one for probity, for being strict. When we had Segun Odebam speaking about Chukwu, his word was his bond. He was a perfect gentleman.
Yeah.
Nobody is an angel, but he was so for him to come out too. That is another thing.
Yeah, nobody can say that Chukwu was lying. You can't say that. Yeah, exactly. You can't say that.
For him to even say that live on air, say, quote me.
Yeah.
He didn't say it unlike other people. He said, they are owing me. So if you are looking at logically, yes, there's no proof yet that we have seen, but the balance, is.
But in honest truth, in a court of law, it will not be about emotion.
Yeah.
It will be about proof. It will about proof.
But credibility to speak to something.
So, guy, let me read messages now.
Exactly.
They disturb. You're disturbing.
You're disturbing us.
You were talking.
No, you talk to me again. We talk to you. Don't answer. You don't have to answer.
Good morning, soldiers of the zone. No be Hurricane do gentleman agreement. We deny Levy use hold them down.
What is he talking about?
Wait, Danny Levy use hold them down. So
which gentleman's agreement?
To stay.
So for him to leave.
Did he not sign a contract?
No.
Did he not sign a contract? So which one be gentleman's agreement here?
TAA has a verbal agreement. Does not mean he's a Madrid player. Madrid can say they don't want him again, and nobody has committed foul play. What is not documented is not done. You don't know it's not documented. Please, why can't transgender people simply get their own sports and compete with themselves? Kingsley from Solo. Good morning, Sports Zone. Mr. Charles, the way you switched the news hound to pigeon is top notch. I was shocked when I see your diversity.
Your what now?
You will be a good pigeon presenter. Trent Alexander-Arnold's spirit is with Real Madrid. Watching him against Chelsea, it shows in him. I just hope Liverpool allow him to go before he starts committing blunders. I hope my darling Chelsea makes it to the Champions League.
Somebody put out a thread and listed all the players who had served one club and talked about loyalty and all the whatnots. My response to him was, who loyalty help?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has their ambition. Everybody has their dream. Trent Alexander-Arnold wants to play for Real Madrid, and you cannot deny him.
Everything can win with.
You
Liverpool.
can't deny him his dream. Did he tell anybody that he wants to be a legend at Liverpool?
He already is, to be honest. 20 years and Champions League, a couple of Premier Leagues. Carabao
Cup. He's won everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
FA Cup. Did Liverpool have?
Yeah, they won it.
When?
They won. I think it was they won the League Cup and then the FA Cup. Then another year.
Under Klopp, have you?
Yes.
Okay. So
Klopp won everything. This says you speak impeccable English. Even when you try to read news on in pidgin, it seems to be like saying a Queen's English. Chai, Tony and Nemo. This one is a long one. So let me see. Mr. Charles, I disagree with your opinion that late Christian Chukwu's family should have confronted NFF officials that they are owing their late father right at the burial. It wasn't a burial, it was a visitation. You, Mr. Charles, still come here and castigate them for doing so.